Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mariel Talks Pop. My name is Mariel greeting you from Mexico City, and I couldn't be more thrilled and happy to have here with me all the way from Melbourne, Australia, two beautiful, amazing girls that have been already 2 decades around giving us the best of dance pop music. And I'm here with AM and Mitch from Slinkee Minx. Hello.
Hello, Mariel.
Hello, and hello everyone
Hello,
watching.
everyone.
Thanks for tuning in.
Now, thank you for giving me this opportunity to have you on my show. Like I was mentioning you before, I am a huge fan of your music for years.
Aw.
Even though your music hasn't made it here in Mexico, I have been able to listen to you. And nowadays with social media and digital platforms like Spotify, and so it is easier for us to connect with other music other than the ones that only run in our country.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about the streaming platforms is it's made everyone able to connect with so much more than before.
Yes, it's so great, and I want to thank your manager, Damien, for making this.
He's watching at the moment.
We had a mess, Damien and me, trying to figure out the dates because you guys are like 14 hours away from me.
Yeah, it's morning here, so
Yeah, we were like, is it your Wednesday, my Tuesday, your Tuesday? Yes.
Well, thank you for working through that. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. So, well, I want to hear all about Slinky Minx history. So, I want to ask you, you guys were, um, we're forming this in the beginning of 2001, if I'm not mistaken. So,
yeah.
how did you guys meet? I know you guys were a trio before.
Yes.
But how was the formation of Slinky Minx?
Oh, okay. So we're going right back. So Belinda and I actually were childhood friends. So we knew each other from 7 years old. We went to school together. And then as we got into our, early adulthood, we met beautiful Michelle. And we discovered that we all had a similar background in terms of we all grew up singing and dancing. We had an acting background. So it was just a natural progression for us to get together, start to sing together just for fun initially. And we started doing some demos as you do. And then from there, Slinky Minx was kind of born. So the early days, we just really jammed around Melbourne, where we're from in Australia, doing some shows here and there, some charity appearances. And then we got into the studio, put down a few demos, sent them out to people. So this was about 3 years, I'd say, before we officially launched with Summer Rain.
So we were very, very young, very innocent, didn't really know what we were doing, but we just knew we loved music and we thought we would just try and see how we went.
And what does Slinky Minx means? Who chose the name?
I think it was a combination. Yeah, we were kind of just playing around with names and words that go together. And then, Slinky Minx was thrown in the mix there. And we decided to change the Y to double E. And and it's kind of stuck ever since. It's quite catchy. It's fun. It's feminine. So I
think that's what it was. We wanted a name that spoke to how we are. We're all quite cheeky. We're very feminine. We love being female. We are, like to have fun in life. And so we just wanted something a bit cheeky and a bit fun as well.
Yes, it definitely is a very different name, and it goes with you guys. So
thank you.
And in 2004, you guys released Summer Rain, which was a big hit in Australia. I mean, you guys, your first top 5 hit. How was that for you? How old were you when you achieved that?
We were surprised actually how well that went. For that just to come out so unexpectedly, for it to be such a huge hit, and then it was released overseas as well, and it went to like top 5 and top 10 in other countries, in Britain, in Sweden, in America, lots of parts of the world. So we were just absolutely blown away by it, really, weren't we? We just An
interesting thing that people may not know is when Summer Rain broke on the airwaves and in the clubs, we actually didn't have a record deal yet. So we gave our little demo, which had Summer Rain on there. It also had Closer, one of our original songs, which became the second single. So we gave it to a friend who knew somebody at a radio station in Melbourne, a big radio station. The music director heard it, loved both our original song and Summer Rain. So he basically said to us, look, I'll leave it up to you guys which song you want to launch with. So the only reason we went with the cover first was because we thought maybe it would date quicker than our original song. And so that's the only reason we actually went with the cover, because prior to that we've been writing our own music for years and still do to this day. So so Summer Rain was the song that took off, and it caught all of us by surprise. Like I said, we actually didn't have a record deal. That came kind of afterwards. So
we did things in reverse.
Which we always have.
But well, it went well. You guys were instantly, like the biggest dance pop act in Australia, and you guys did it outside. And then you had a lot of another string of hits, including the one I like. Hate when I forget names.
Closer.
Send me an angel. Send me an angel. I love it. Closer. Somehow. Yeah. Someday. You see what happens. You had a lot, but your album took like 3 years to come out.
Well, as Mish said, from the time we launched, it was literally a whirlwind of appearances, putting single after single out. It was actually crazy. I don't think at the time we actually even stopped to appreciate some of the chart success, because we were just thrown into the deep end, literally. We're performing all around Australia, doing lots of media, lots of interviews, film clips,
guest appearances.
Yeah.
We started having other producers approach us as well to lend our vocals to some of the songs they were creating, and just so much so quickly. And all of that time flew by. And meanwhile, we were saying we want to get this album completed, but all of the touring and all of the other things were happening, made it a slower process. But we finally got there.
And also, we are independent artists. So even though we had a record deal, it was with an independent label. So a lot of the stuff that maybe perhaps the bigger artists who are on major labels don't have to do, that falls on us. So some of the marketing and looking for opportunities and gigs and that type of thing. So so all that kind of took up a lot of space. But as Mish said, we just took our time really in the end, just to make sure the songs were right. We wanted to come out with a big album, and we did. It was actually a double album, so it had a lot of additional tracks and remixes that people haven't heard. We took our time, and when we did release it, we wanted to release something that we were actually proud of, not just throwing it out there for the sake of it.
Yes, and it was a very great album. I definitely love it. My personal favorite's New Love. I was actually listening to it this morning, and I'm like, why didn't they release that song as a single?
That's actually a good question. We had that song and another track on the album called Falling Free that were both going to be released as singles. But we, unfortunately, in Australia, a lot like around the world, the recording industry started to realize some difficulties because of the internet, people starting to copy music and pirate music. So quite a lot of record labels now are, no longer around, or they've merged with other labels. And so unfortunately, the label that we were with in Australia did unfortunately go into bankruptcy. So we ended up without having a recording label anymore. Fortunately, we got picked up again, which was terrific. But it just did mean that some of those plans ended up having to be put away. But thank you for that, because we really love those two songs as well.
Yes, those are pretty. And well, it took so long for you to release new music after the release of Electric Dreams.
Yes.
We recently just had new music from you. Yes, I Can Feel You, which is Slinkee Minx's latest single, out now.
Out now, yes.
What about those songs that you released? What can you tell us about the changes from your first singles to this new music you are releasing right now?
Yeah, so obviously we had a lineup change. So Belinda decided to leave the group not long after we released our first album. She's no longer in the music industry. She decided, you know, she'd had enough and she wanted to pursue other interests. So we're all still good friends with her. So Belle left the group, and then Mish and I just took some time to work out, okay, what do we want to do? We always said that we were going to continue with Slinkee Minx because we felt like we had unfinished business and we weren't done yet. The passion was still there, the fire was still there. So we decided to keep it going with the two of us, and it's been that way actually for almost 15 years now. We can't believe it. So a long time now. We've actually just been the two of us as a duo. So in that lull period too, I have to add
it's about 5 or 6 years.
Mish and I were actually also working with a bunch of producers where we would either write the song or we would vocal it, but not under Slinkee Minx. So we'd lend our vocals to these dance tracks that got released, but didn't put our name to it. So that was also happening in between, I guess, the first chapter of Slinkee Minx and the current chapter. And then from there, we got back on the Slinkee bandwagon and we decided to go back in the studio, put some new music down, and that's when we launched with Lift Me Up, I believe.
Yeah, so we had Lift Me Up. We also did a re-release of Summer Rain just with a current sound to it because we know everybody loves that song. So that was 2016. And then we had Lift Me Up, and we've had Another Time, and we've had
Way of Life.
And obviously now we've got I Can Feel You. So we have plans to keep releasing. We've been recording a lot. Obviously in COVID, in the pandemic, we were sort of a little housebound, so we were only able to really write and sort of talk to each other about ideas and not really produce anything. But since then, we've been back at it full time.
Well, so we can expect more music, girls.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're just getting started.
We've got some really great tracks that we're releasing in early 2024, so we're very excited about that.
Oh, that's awesome. And can we expect a new album or just singles?
We're undecided on that, actually. Yeah, the music industry has changed so much. When you put an album out, there's a lot you have to invest money-wise, but also time-wise. I'm not sure because of the way the music industry is these days with the streaming model. I'm not sure if it's actually beneficial for us to release an album. We're quite happy to put out singles at the moment. But never say never. We don't know.
Well, what I admire a lot about you girls is that you have stayed together throughout all these years, even though one of you left. I mean, when it comes to Belinda, because a lot of girl groups or other groups in general, whenever someone says, okay, I gotta go, they decide to disband. And you guys have decided to stay together. So I am guessing your relationship is just like sisters, right?
Oh, yeah.
We say that all the time. We call ourselves work wives as well. So very close and share lots of things in our lives together.
Yeah, in our personal lives and also with our music. So our friendship is legitimate. It's not for show. It's not, we weren't put together. Even when we launched as a trio, we decided to put ourselves together. It wasn't manufactured in any way. So I think that's why, we stood the test of time because it's not something we're necessarily forcing. It's very organic. It's natural. We both have the same love for music and passion for music. And I think when you have that, it's quite easy. It doesn't feel like work at all, actually. It's just like we hang out, we sing sometimes together, and that's really the relationship of Mish and I.
Yeah, like we can tell that when you see your photos, you post on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, we can tell that there's like a lot of friendship in there.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
A lot of groups don't show that.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. We've had someone say that to us before, and I think we're really lucky that we are such good friends and we share so much. So it makes it so much easier to work together and just to spend that time together.
Yeah, and we can definitely tell that. So that's great. And what happens whenever you have, because I believe you guys have, disagreements sometimes. Is it easy for you to cope with that?
Yeah, we know each other so well.
Yeah, we're both level-headed. We can be fiery too. Well, I can be fiery. I'm a Sagittarian. occasionally I can be fiery, but
we're very yin and yang. You know,
Yeah.
one of us is sometimes gets more fiery, and the other one will be quite calm. And then when some other things that might bother me don't bother AM, so
Yeah.
it's really good. And we do have moments, but
Yeah.
we always laugh through them in the end, or we just give ourselves some space, and then we're fine. So
yeah, we always bring it back to
Yeah.
why are we doing this?
Yeah.
The reasoning behind it, our love for music, and then we kind of just, you know, center ourselves again. But when I say fiery, it's only because we're so passionate
Yeah.
about our music and what we do. And we're like that in our, you know, in our other lives, ordinary lives. Like we're just passionate people, we're kind, we're well-intentioned. So, you know, there's no malice from us whatsoever. We're always championing other artists, always have been from the start.
We're very passionate about helping other women in
Yeah.
music as well, because women haven't had a big enough voice in music for a long time. So that's something that we're really pushing for too, and really getting behind.
Yeah.
Definitely. And who has been your biggest inspirations when it comes to your music? Because we know you are dance pop completely. We have never seen you perform, you know, like ballads and stuff.
No.
Who do you say it's your biggest inspiration?
Oh gosh, there's so many.
There's many. I think Kylie Minogue, obviously for us, because she's Australian, and she just is an absolute powerhouse.
And she paved the way for
Yeah.
other artists like ourselves and artists that are coming through now. So definitely Kylie, Queen, OG.
Yeah, and I think J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, for both of us, is someone we see as, you know, again, just keeps pushing forward, doesn't give up, doesn't let people get to her. She's really proud of who she is and what she is, which I think is very inspirational for us.
Another one that comes to mind is Sia, another Australian artist, but also obviously very well known internationally. Just, I guess, the people that inspire us are strong, independent women that are just taking care of their biz. You know, Beyonce, even Whitney, all those, Christina Aguilera, we could go on and on. Just all those artists that have come before us. They've been a huge inspiration in our music.
Yeah, we can tell that in your music there's like this kind of mix between Kylie, even Danny Minogue, because Danny gets to play more with I don't know, dance tracks, house tracks. So you can tell the influence they had on your music. So which is great because you're still pop but dance at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think we've got the best of both worlds because we're definitely pop. It's more, you know, we're two vocalists. I guess that's what makes it pop. But we also get to play in the dance genre. So sometimes we put out a trance track, sometimes we put out a house track, sometimes it's quite clubby, other times it's you know, more chill house. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be in our kind of where we sit in the music industry.
Exactly.
Oh, we lost your sound, Mariel.
Sound.
No, we can't hear you. And we're doing so well.
Not sure what happened. We can't hear you. No. It's really strange. It's definitely not on our side. No. We can't hear you.
Not at all. This might be a short interview.
We might have to say goodbye.
I feel like we need to
sing.
To sing or like do some comedy.
Oh my love, it's you that I dream of.
Hello to everyone if you're still watching.
If you're still there. That's so funny.
We lost our host.
Where did she go? That's all right. We can talk amongst
So,
ourselves.
Mish, what's your favourite?
I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Okay.
We just thought we'd start interviewing each other while we waited for you to come back.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. It was working fine.
You know what? This is the story of our life. We have this running joke that technology hates us because these things only happen to us. So it could be our fault, Mariel. We apologise.
No. I don't know what happened, but it was working all fine, and all of a sudden it just turned, couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's okay. Technology has a mind of its
Anyway,
own.
so yes, definitely. So we were at, what is your favorite song to perform?
Our favourite song to perform?
I think we'll say different songs.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the crowd, really. But I personally like to perform Careless Whisper because that song just goes off when we perform it live. Obviously, there's Summer Rain.
We love performing Summer Rain because the reaction from the crowd is amazing. But our song Someday, I actually love that one when we do Someday.
Yeah.
It's one that we know a lot of people love, and while it might not have gotten the sort of coverage that Summer Rain has had, people often send us messages telling us how much they love that song. In America, it went to number 11 on the Billboard dance charts, which was huge for us. So we love that song.
Yeah, those are great. And would you like to record another cover from the 80s or 90s?
Well, yeah, we're actually
in the middle of that.
Yeah, in the middle of that. So stay tuned. It's been a while in between covers, so we're due to put one out, I think.
And is there anyone that you would like to collaborate with?
Ooh, I would love actually to collaborate with Armin van Buuren.
Yeah, he's good. And Calvin Harris. We love anything that Calvin puts out. It's so our jam.
Yeah. It would also be amazing to do.
Yeah, I can see you working with them.
Or Kylie.
Kylie would be amazing.
Kylie. Put it on the wish list. On that vision board.
Yes.
That would be so great to see you guys with Kylie. That definitely a big hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And well, what can we expect from your upcoming music? More pretty similar to I Can Feel You, or what can you tell us about it?
I think there's a few surprises in there. So, like we mentioned before, not every song actually sits in the same genre or subgenre. It's always going to be dance pop. But obviously, I Can Feel You is quite housey. Some of the other ones coming up are a little bit more trancey, club. So yeah, we've got a bit of everything in there, I think.
Yeah, everything will be very upbeat. Everything will be, something you can dance to.
Absolutely.
Are you guys touring right now? If you are, is it only Australia, or are you going out?
We are touring Australia again at the moment, but we are planning to go overseas next year. We have had some requests to head across to the UK, so we're hoping to do that. We were supposed to do a tour just before COVID, actually. We had inquiries, and that was all being planned. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, it got cancelled. So next year, definitely hoping to hit up some of the countries overseas.
I would love to see you guys here in Mexico.
That would be amazing.
We'd love to come over. So come on, Mariel, hook us up. Tell us who we need to speak to. Tell us who Damien needs to speak to.
Yeah, I will see what can I do for you guys, because I would love to see you here. I'm pretty sure that Mexican people would love to have you here, because we love dancing. We're Latinos, so we love all this, having rhythm, having to dance and stuff.
Yeah. And we bring the fun, and we bring the party, we bring the vibe. So yeah, definitely, we'd love to come over.
We love dancing.
I will keep my fingers crossed because it is a little difficult for me to go to Australia.
Yeah, for sure.
You're too far away.
A little. Now, I always ask all of my guests these questions. Some of these questions are very easy, but for others, they're like, "Why are you asking me this? It's so difficult." So I want to see your answers, starting with AM. Who is your favorite female singer?
Oh my gosh, I just have to pick one. That's so hard. I'm just going to say Whitney Houston. You cannot go past that flawless vocal. Yeah. Mish?
I'm going to stay in the same family. I'm going with Dionne Warwick. She's amazing.
Okay, that was easy. And your favorite male singer?
Oh, I'd say George Michael.
He's amazing.
Yeah, just his range and just
he was able to create so many different sounds. His voice is extraordinary. I also love Bono from U2.
Yeah, classic. We're going classic today.
Yeah.
If we had to say someone current, I'd say The Weeknd.
I was just going to say that, The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Okay.
Big fan of their music. Yeah.
And your favorite girl group? Not Slinkee Minx.
Well, well, oh my gosh. Okay, girl groups. Well, Spice Girls.
Spice Girls are amazing.
OG. Who else? Just trying to think now. Oh my gosh.
I feel
so
like
hard.
there's not as many current female groups around like there were.
Yeah, we used to love Bardo actually when they launched.
Yeah, they were great.
They were great, and we know Katie Underwood actually from Bardo. We kind of go in the same circles here in Melbourne. Both from the same town, and we performed together in the past. So yeah, Bardo were pretty good.
Yeah, I actually think Little Mix
that's awesome. Oh, Little Mix, yeah. But I actually interviewed Katie Underwood like 2 years ago. She was great.
Yeah, she's lovely.
She is. She's a really great person.
Okay, so this has been easy. And who's your favorite boy band?
Oh.
I'm going to say NSYNC.
Okay.
If I go boy band, I feel like I need to say a group they're not typically a boy band, but I do love Coldplay. Can that count?
Yeah, I think so.
Because that's all boys.
It's all men. It's all men. So yeah.
No, One Direction. I can't get into One
What
Direction.
about Five Sauce? Is that how you say it? Sorry, I'm not not down with the lingo. Five Sauce.
Five Sauce.
Yeah. 5 Seconds of Summer. I think they're an Aussie band.
Yeah, they're quite good.
They're a boy band, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. They are all boys, so yeah, it counts like a boy band.
Yeah. I think so.
And well, this one is supposed to be my most difficult question. You guys are alone in an island, but you can only take 5 albums with you. Which albums would you take with you?
Ooh, okay. That is hard.
That's really hard. I would take Ladies and Gentlemen, George Michael. Yeah. I love that album.
Okay.
Okay.
I want some like 70s funk soul. So maybe was it Earth, Fire and
Earth, Wind and Fire.
Earth, Wind and Fire?
Yeah.
Earth, Wind and Fire. I'll go that
like one of those.
Yeah.
Okay, I could go there.
What about Calvin Harris?
Yeah.
Always up for a good time.
Anything Calvin Harris
Has to be
album. I would probably pick something from Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson just stands the test of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything he does, so ahead of himself.
So we're up to 4. 4 by your count? One more. What about Kylie?
We've got to take a Kylie album.
A Kylie album.
Yeah.
Maybe a disco.
Yeah, disco.
or Light Years?
Light Years was good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take a Kylie album also. So I think we've got the mix there.
Yeah, we've got kind
Those
of a bit
two
of
are
chill.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit of dance music, a little bit of
throwback.
yeah, a bit of a throwback, exactly. Bit of disco. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'd survive just fine
We'll
on
be
those.
fine.
Yeah. Don't worry about food or
We don't need food or water, just music.
Well, it wasn't that hard, bro. It wasn't
No.
that difficult. A lot of my guests are like, why are you doing this to me? This is so difficult.
Hey, but we're also cheap because there's two of us. So
Yeah, that's true.
if one gets stuck, the other one kind of jumps in.
in.
So kind of cheated a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And now, what more can we expect from you girls? More music videos? Because I don't think we've seen music videos from you. Are there any in the works?
Yeah.
We did a music clip for Lift Me Up, which was so much fun. And we have released a lyric video for I Can Feel You.
Yeah.
But we are working on some music clips, yes. So we do like to do that when we can.
Just a lot of hard work though, and it takes a long time to get it all
planning
together.
and production and, styling and everything. So, yeah. So there is another single coming in the new year, which we think that will definitely have a music clip for. But we're working on visualizers at the moment. That's sort of the new thing rather than the full clip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we can't wait to hear more from your music, girls. I cannot be more thankful to have you here on my show and talk to you and reminisce about your early days as Slinkee Minx. And now I love seeing you growing so much as a duo and having all these great songs. I can only tell you guys watching us that we can expect more from Slinkee Minx. Definitely more music is on the way from them. And please let us know your social media so everybody can follow you.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, on Instagram, it's at Slinkee Minx, SLINKEE Minx.
MINX.
Yeah, MINX. Facebook's the same. And then we've just recently actually launched on TikTok. So maybe if people want to come across and show us a bit of love.
So the same across all of the platforms. At Slinkee Minx.
Great. Thank you, girls. It's been a pleasure talking to you. All I can say is thank you. Thank you so much. I cannot be more, thankful for having you all the way from Australia, for you taking your time to talk to me. Only if it was a bit, but I had a lot of fun. And I only can send you big hugs and kisses to you, girls.
Back at you. And to everyone who's watching, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and give us a big thumbs up. We will be seeing you next time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Love to you all.